So here, the results of the simulation that was given us using general MATLAB code gave us this red line signaling what a pulse will be, like a general DC pulse. And then these two this red line and this blue line down here obviously gave us a legend to show us which one is which. It's going to show what our values should be similar to when we do the same experiment. Here's my Arduino code. I basically set it up with a few variables in order to make this easier for myself. So I have the capacitor, the resistance tau, these two X values to give me just a general time value, and then my V and VC, of course. And then here's my setup using a digital and analog pin, and then making a low as it said, and then writing my serial monitor begin. And then here you have that how much time it's been going on minus that random value. And this is in order to just keep pulsing the V in and just making sure it goes up and down a certain amount of time. And then down here, this is how many times it should be reading it. So I set up with an if statement for both of those. And then it's going to be printing the values in my serial monitor up here. It should be zeros. And there it goes. And then you see that the VC is, these are the string of values going through. And then here's the string of VC as it gets larger and as it goes back down to 0. So here's the processing code that was given to us as well. Only thing I added was I changed the serial monitor and how fast that's going to be going, and then how fast I'm going to be reading it. And then I added the lines and the text fonts in, and I added them both, so it kept continuing. This is what it'll be looking like. So it waits a little bit, make sure everything's low so it can just start properly. And there it goes. And again, this is the 100 kilo ohm one, so it's going to be going rather slow. And then it goes up and then thus will go back down. And just follow those statements I've made. Here is the MATLAB experimental, and I will run it. And in this one, it will show what the processing monitor was kind of showing us, but just in a graph that's not continuous. So here is that. The tau and everything seems to be in line with the RNC values I have, and it's a pretty decent RC to replicate the following DC pulses from the V in. And then here's the 10K one. I will run it. Bear with. And that makes sense as well. A much shorter because it has less resistance. And so here's my RC circuit all together, and I will show you on my computer how this code's already uploaded, so I can just run it as I showed earlier with my processing code, and then it should work. It takes a little bit longer because of the larger resistance. So here we go. As I showed a little bit earlier. It's going to do that. The rest, as you know, that is saved on my computer, and then I upload it, and then that's the one it's the new one. It should be that one. Yeah, it should be the 50. And then we run it. And it's much shorter, so that's just why that looks a little different. So that's how that all works. 100 kilo ohm resistor, RC circuit, and then we will move on to the processing. I've already uploaded the Arduino code that corresponds to that value, just changing the R value is all I had to do. And then it'll show the processing. It takes a little bit, makes it 0. That's what that looks like. We'll exit at that. We will do Control S, and then I will show you how I plug it into the MATLAB code. So I upload like I previously has shown. Okay, and then it's 0.23, and then that should be good to go. And that's what the code looks like.